Hello and good morning. Thank you for watching CNN News 18. I'm Shen Elizabeth Matthew. Let's begin this bulletin with the top news this hour, which is how the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has in fact embarked on a two-day visit to Kuwait, the first by an Indian premier in more than 4 decades. And he has put out a post that reads, and I quote, "Today I'm embarking on a two-day visit to Kuwait at the invitation of His Highness Sheikh Mashal Al Ahmad Al Jabbar Al Sabah, the Amir of the state of Kuwait. We deeply value the historical connection with Kuwait that has been nurtured over generations. We are not just strong trade and energy partners, but also have shared interest in peace, security, stability, and prosperity in the West Asia region. I look forward to my meetings with His Highness the Amir, the Crown Prince, and the Prime Minister of Kuwait. It would be an opportunity to chalk out a roadmap for a futuristic partnership for the benefit of our people and region. I eagerly look forward to meeting the Indian diaspora in Kuwait, who have immensely contributed to strengthening of bonds of friendship between the two nations. I express my gratitude to the leadership of Kuwait for special gesture of inviting me to the inauguration ceremony of Arabian Gulf Cup, a premier sporting event in the Gulf region. Now, I'm joined by my colleague Siddhant Mishra on the broadcast. Siddhant, this is a very interesting trip of the Prime Minister, considering how the Indian diaspora in Kuwait is in large numbers. So what is going to be an agenda as far as this entire trip of Prime Minister in Kuwait is concerned?
Well, this is a very significant and historic visit of Prime Minister Modi to Kuwait. In fact, this visit is happening after 43 years, Sharon, and this is on the invitation of His Highness Sheikh Mashal Al Ahmad Al Jabbar Al Sabah, the Emir of State of Kuwait. Prime Minister would also be visiting the labor camp today. In fact, he will also be participating in the Hala Modi event, which has been organized by the Indian diaspora in Kuwait, where Prime Minister would address Indian diaspora. And tomorrow he would hold bilateral talks with the royal family. And in fact, the Crown Prince of Kuwait will also host a special banquet in Prime Minister Modi's honor. There is a lot of significance to this relationship, India-Kuwait relationship. In fact, this relationship has been going on from pre-oil times, Sharon. In fact, there was a maritime trade route between India and Kuwait, and in fact, the economies of these two countries used to thrive on that. So the relationship is very old, and ahead of this visit, Prime Minister has also, in fact, come up with a departure statement where he says that I eagerly look forward to meeting the Indian diaspora in Kuwait, who have immensely contributed to strengthening bonds of friendship between the two nations. And in fact, Prime Minister has also expressed gratitude to the leadership of Kuwait for the special gesture of inviting him to the inauguration ceremony of the Arabian Gulf Cup, a premier sporting event in the Gulf region. So Prime Minister tomorrow will be participating in the opening ceremony of the Arabian Gulf Club on the invite from the royal family. And Prime Minister says that I'm confident that this visit will further strengthen and reinforce the special ties and bonds of friendship between the people of India and Kuwait.
All right. Thank you, Siddhant, for getting us all those details. We'll keep coming back to you as Prime Minister Modi has now embarked on a two-day visit in Kuwait. Now, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi commences his two-day visit to Kuwait today, CNN News 18 Siddhant spoke to Binoy Sebastian, who is part of organizing committee for this event. Now, take a look at what he had to say.
Binoy, tell me, how is the excitement in Kuwait City, especially with the Indian diaspora, and take us through the arrangements that have been made at this stadium where you are right now.
Yeah, I mean, talk about the excitement. This is excitement. Okay. Because it's after 43 years an Indian Prime Minister is visiting Kuwait after Indira-ji in 1981. So it's a long overdue visit, and people are so excited. Just to let you know that, 2 days from the announcement of this program, the stadium was fully booked.
Okay.
All the seats been, booked. So yeah, that's a kind of excitement. As you can see, yeah.
Show us behind you what's happening. How are the preparations going on?
The final rehearsals happening, if you can see.
Yeah.
There's going to be cultural events, and all those people are there. They're doing the final rehearsal, the final touch-ups. Yeah.
Okay.
Binoy also, full thing.
Yeah. Binoy also would like to know that how crucial and significant is this visit of Prime Minister Modi for Indian diaspora in Kuwait? Because since last 43 years, there has not been a single high-level visit from India to Kuwait. How significant and how close and how important is this visit for the Indian diaspora? 1 million Indian diaspora in Kuwait.
That's right, sir. We stand 25% of the total population here in Kuwait. And
Okay.
Kuwait now being, it's a very strategic importance because Kuwait now is the president for GCC countries.
Yeah.
And there's going to be simultaneously tomorrow, this GCC football also tournament starting, and Modi ji is going to be sharing stage with, he'll be involved in the inauguration ceremony.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a 30,000 crowd in Jabal Stadium, so in a different stadium, but
Yeah.
mostly it will be Kuwaitis. And then we are expecting a lot of bilateral relations, ties, and treaties, and all that. Definitely, Modi ji had been there are 6 GCC countries, and been to all other 5 countries. Kuwait was the only exception that was left out.
Yeah.
Finally, last, but so the last one must be compensating for the late visit. We hope so. We are
And what is the meaning of this word hala? Hala Modi.
Hala
What is the meaning?
is like basically like hello. It's
Okay.
in Arabs when we treat each other like hala, kaif halak?
Okay. Okay.
Like hello,
okay.
how are you?
Okay.
Like
And
marhaba,
since-
is that some
Yeah.
marhaba means welcome. So yeah.
Yeah. Since how long the preparations have been going on for this event?
This came with a short notice, if I'm not mistaken, and then it doesn't take much time to get things prepared because we have a full-fledged facility and a very strong team supported with the facilitated from the embassy. So it's not a big deal to do things in a short span of notice.
Mhm. How many volunteers are working right now?
Volunteers, we have around 200 plus, sir.
Okay.
And the stadium is having a capacity crowd of to 5,000, which is already been fully jam-packed, and maybe another
And-
5,000 the waiting list.
And what about them who will not manage to get into the stadium on that day? Can we expect crowd outside the stadium also to catch glimpse of Prime Minister
Definitely, we are
Modi?
expecting an equal crowd outside the stadium. I don't know how that. It's a security issue. It's up to them how to going to manage it. But definitely, it will be jam-packed stadium for sure.
Okay. And can we expect people coming from the other Gulf countries also to catch
Definitely,
the glimpse
definitely.
of
There
Prime
are
Minister
few
Modi?
rows and seats reserved for the diplomats, delegates from other countries. It's going to be a very rich, robust crowd for sure.
Can we expect people from the royal family also?
I don't know about that, sir. This is all confidential thing, but we are expecting delegates and diplomats. So the seats, as I can see, reserved for the Kuwaitis. So this must be for somebody very significant.
So how special is this visit of Prime Minister Modi for the diaspora? Because we also witnessed a tragedy, Al-Mangaf tragedy. And in fact, Prime Minister Modi's focus has always been on the Indian diaspora abroad, their living conditions, their problems, and wherever he goes, wherever he travels across the world, he makes sure that he meets diaspora, he listens to their problems, if they have any, and try to address them with the host government. How do you see this initiative and this perhaps this particular domain dominating the Indian foreign policy as Narendra Modi being the Prime Minister of the country?
So there was a recent research which says Kuwait is the safest country to live in. So this country has been an excellent for a diaspora, for the expats in terms of safety and security. There can be one of an incident here and there, but our Prime Minister is very keen on every Indian's life. As you can see, what happened in Ukraine, for example, where the war zones, the evacuation in Yemen, in different parts of the world, where other countries people also were using Indian flags to escape. So so that's the care that our Prime Minister is showing for the expats, and it will reflect here also. But this country has been a very, very friendly and welcoming country for the expats in Indian diaspora. So it will further strengthen the good bilateral relations, which was running quite well for the past few